Hi everyone. In this video, we are going to talk about yet another data type in Python, which is dictionary. Now, dictionary is also collection of objects or items, just like list. So it is collection of items. But the items in the case of a dictionary have to be in the key colon value format. Now, how do we declare a dictionary? So to declare a dictionary, all the items of the dictionary are enclosed in the curly brackets, and the values have to be in the key, or the items should be in the key colon value format. So let's go ahead and declare a dictionary. So I'm going to declare a dictionary D, curly brackets, and then you would have a key. Key could be anything. So let's just give a number here. And the value I'm giving here is Jimmy. Name Jimmy. Maybe I'll have 76 as my second key, just randomly picking up these numbers. And another one is probably 90, and key value is Aryan. So if you go ahead and check the type of the variable D, you can see it's a dictionary data type. Now the question arises that what all data types can be key of dictionary? What all data types can be key of a dictionary? Can a number, be it integer, float, complex number, can that be a key of dictionary? How about a string? Can that be a key of dictionary? Similarly, can a list or a tuple or a dictionary be a key of a dictionary? So let's see which all data types can be key of dictionary. So we have already seen that an integer can be a key of dictionary. I'll just take it from up here, copy it, paste it down below. And let's change this 89 to a float. So 89.9 is a float data type. And you can see that it is indeed a dictionary. It's an acceptable value for a key. Now, let's go ahead and change this 76 to to a string. Let's see if string can be a key of dictionary. I'll make it hello. And yes, a string can also be a key of dictionary. What about a tuple? 1, 2, 3. This is a tuple. Maybe it has integers also. Maybe it has strings as well. Can this be a key of dictionary? Yes, a tuple can also be a key of dictionary. What about a list? Can a list be a key of dictionary? I'll just create a list. Maybe I'll add hi here. And if you want to add more items, let's do that. Can this be a key of dictionary? Here we have list data type. Can that be a key of dictionary? No. List cannot be a key of dictionary. Okay. So we have seen that number data type, be it integer, float, complex number, they can be key of dictionary. Likewise, string can also be a key. Also, we can have tuple as a key of dictionary, but not the list. What about dictionary itself? Can that be a key? So let's just delete it from here and make it a dictionary. So maybe this is a dictionary. Why? How do we know that? Because it's enclosed in these curly brackets. So that means, and the values are in the key colon value format. So this is a dictionary. And a dictionary also cannot be the key. So except for list and dictionary, all the other data types, inbuilt data types can be key of your dictionary. Did you identify any pattern here? Which all data types were the key of dictionary? All the immutable data type are key of dictionary. So we'll be making a video, a separate video on what is mutable, what is immutable, though you understand it, but we'll go into more depth of what is mutable and what is immutable. You can look through it. But for this discussion, the thing to notice here is that all the immutable data types can be key of dictionary. While the mutable data types, the data types which can be changed, like list and dictionary, cannot be the key of dictionary. So that's first thing. Second is key has to be unique. Key of a dictionary has to be unique. So let's try creating a dictionary where we have duplicate keys. So let's do this. Let's take this dictionary, or maybe we'll just take this one, easier to read. So I'll take this. And right now, the keys that I have is 89, 76, and 90. Let me have 76 as my key again. And I'll assign it the value random. Okay. So yeah, it did not give me an error. But I just said that the key of dictionary has to be unique. So yes, if you have keys which are not unique, still doesn't give error. But when you try to access the item at a particular key or with a particular key, so let's say I try to access this uh, item with key 76, it will give me the last item. So there is this confusion that would get created. So it is not advisable to have a dictionary where you have duplicate keys, because then the returned value, you don't know what will be returned. Maybe you did not want random to be returned, but name Akshat to be returned. And that's not what is happening here. Okay. So now, how do we access the items of a dictionary? So I'll just give you a sneak peek into that. So first thing, let's try if the indexing works for a dictionary. So if I do D0, that will not work. There's no concept of indexing. Key error. It is not giving you index error, it is saying key error. So there's no concept of indexing in the case of dictionary. If we want to access any item, we have to use the key. Okay. So in the list, the items or the elements are accessed by their position in the list via indexing. Dictionaries, we use keys to access the item. So if let's say we want to access, let's just create a dictionary where we don't have duplicate keys. Yeah, so this is the dictionary. So I've reassigned it and given it this value here. And let's say I want to access Aryan here. So what is the key corresponding to the value Aryan? 90. So that is how we access the items of a dictionary. Now, let's say you want to delete some items in a dictionary. So you've created a dictionary and you know it's a mutable data type. That means you can add items, you can delete items. So first, let's see how we can delete items from a dictionary. So here I have this dictionary and maybe I'll add one more name here. So 100 and Kaira. Okay. Now I want to delete the last item of a dictionary. How do we do that? Again, just like your other data types that we have discussed so far, the dictionary also have some inbuilt functions which are specifically for working with dictionaries. So one such function is pop item. And what it does is it doesn't take any input or arguments, right? Doesn't take any input or arguments. And what it does is it returns or it deletes the last item from the dictionary and returns the tuple of the last item. So this was the last item. It has returned the last item, right? The tuple of the last item and deleted it from my dictionary. So if I now go ahead and check my value in variable D, you can see that the last item has been deleted. But what if you want to delete an item which is not last, somewhere in middle or somewhere else in your dictionary? For that, you have another option, which is pop. So to this, you can provide the key of the item that you want to delete. So maybe I want to delete Akshat or maybe Jimmy. So I'll provide the key here, which is 89. And you see, Jimmy, if I just go ahead and print the value of D here, you can see the Jimmy has been deleted. And what is this pop function returning? Or the it's returning Jimmy, the item that is deleted, the value of the item that is deleted. So now start as we go ahead in this course, start paying attention to the return values of a function also, that what a particular function is returning. When we talk about function later in this course, then the return value and other concepts will become more clear, but just be cognizant that, okay, this particular POB item is returned, what it is returning. Okay, what it is doing is one thing, and what it is returning in the output is another thing. We'll have a more detailed discussion on this when we learn about functions in upcoming classes. So that is how you can basically delete items in a dictionary. Now, how do you add items to a dictionary? So let's say I want to add item to my dictionary D here. At a key 101, I want to add another name. So how do we do that? So we specify the key for which we want to add the new item. So 101, let's say, is the key, and the new item value is here. Okay. So let's just go ahead and run this, and you can see a new item has been added at the end of the dictionary. Okay, what about this? Let's say I want to change RN to something else. How do I do that? So we'll say D 90, right? And we will assign it the new value. Let's say the new value is Mamta. Let's run it. Let's see what is in the D. You see, the RN here has been replaced by Mamta. So that is how you are going to update the values of existing items in your dictionary. Now there's another function called update, inbuilt function called update. Let's see how that works. So if I do D dot and just press on tab, these are all the functions or methods which are available for dictionary data type. So one function that is there is update. Let's see how this works. So we already have the dictionary D. I'm going to create one more dictionary. I'm going to call it A, and I'll create a very small dictionary, probably with just two items. Let's have A as the key. String can be the key of dictionary. And value is, let's say, 90. Or maybe I'll create three items. Let's assume that these are the marks in three subjects. So Hindi, English, Maths. English, the marks are 60, and maybe Math is 100. Okay. Now, what I want to do is I want to combine these two dictionaries or merge these two dictionaries, the D and A. So for that, you can use update. So let's do it. D dot update A. Okay, I didn't print anything, so I could just enclose this in the print. No, actually, that is not required. The updated value would be in your D variable. So just go ahead and print D here. And you can see that the two dictionaries are merged. Okay. So that was about the update function. Now let's see that, okay, I have my dictionary here. Let me try to access a value of for which, like, access a value using a key. And let's say the key doesn't exist. Okay. So we know if we try, let's say, Hindi here, it will return me the value 90. It's returning the value 90. But if I try French here, we don't have a subject French or a key French here in our list of keys, or the keys that you see here in your dictionary. We don't have French. So what will happen in that case? It is giving us key error, right? It's giving us a key error, throwing an error. And it's called key error. Why? Because this key doesn't exist. Now, let's say we don't want to get this error. We want instead some value to be returned instead of getting this error. Because when you get an error, your code stops, right? So maybe you don't want that. You would want some error value to be returned, that, okay, um, the this key doesn't exist in your dictionary, and you want to go ahead with your further code, whatever you have written, right? And do something about that particular key later on in the code. So for that, you have a function called as get. And this function will basically get around this key error problem. Okay? So I'll say d.get, and let's say I give French. So I'm trying to get the value corresponding to the French key. But if the value is not found, the second input or argument that you give is the value that you want it to return. If French is not there, you want it to return this particular value, whatever you put in here. So let's just keep it simple, key not found, but it could be any value, right? So what are we saying here? That if the French key is not there in my dictionary, then instead of returning the key error message here, simply return key not found. And you see, this is giving key not found. Let's try with Hindi, because Hindi is there, right? Let's see what will happen in that case, what this get function will return. So in case the key is present, it will return the value corresponding to that key. So it's returning 90 here. Now, next up, everyone, what if we want to return maybe all the keys of a dictionary? We want to maybe return all the keys and maybe loop through them, go through them and do some operations. Or maybe return all the values. Or maybe return all the items, the key colon value pair. So for that, you again have methods, the inbuilt methods for the dictionary data type. So those methods are, if you want to return, let's say, all the items of a dictionary, you simply do d.items. And what it is returning? It is returning all the items of your dictionary. You see? All these items are returned as tuple, not in the key colon value. These things you should start noticing now. That these values are returned, each item of the dictionary is returned as a tuple. The first item of the tuple. How do we know this is a tuple? Because it's enclosed in these parentheses and the values are separated by comma. So this is tuple number 1, this is tuple number 2 corresponding to the second item of the dictionary. This is tuple number 3 and so on and so forth. The first item of the tuple is the key, the second item is the value. Okay, what about if I just want to return keys? So there's an inbuilt function called keys, which gives you all the keys of the dictionary. 76, 90, 101, they can be English, math. These are all the keys in my dictionary, as you can see here. Let's do D dot. We have returned the items, we have returned the keys. Now is the time for returning the values. And right here, we have the values of the dictionary. So where these functions we are going to use, we are going to use these functions when we loop through the dictionary. We'll see all of that later in the course. So that would be all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this session. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you, everyone.